Hello, it is Friday here today, and we are against First here, who's currently rank 3, and Frieren is in the game now, and there was a pretty big balance patch, so it's a lot of new stuff here to potentially use. Um, I'll probably try to use Frieren in an attack, but I'm not going to force her in all three. To start off, we're scouting this Frieren tower though, so you at least get to see her. And for the round 2, Frieren actually does get souls on defense, which is pretty interesting. Uh, so I used to meme about Bellion beating book defenses, you know, uh, because some people either they book on like Zio or any mage in general, and it's always kind of funny to see Tagahells because it does literally nothing on defense. But now with Frieren in the game, yeah, book is relevant for defense. Now, there are a few ways to deal with Frieren because when she has souls, she doesn't take any damage from hits. But, like I mentioned already, Bellion uh, makes it so she doesn't have any souls. But also, fixed damage like Kairon is also quite good into her. Uh, Twisted Idol on Kairon, not the fire one. If you're looking for composition ideas versus other Frieren defenses. However, in this case, we're just doing Bellion, Lady of the Scales, which is actually a pretty high damage combination. So Lady of the Scales gives Abundance, right? Which is 2000 fixed damage to your attacks of the units that aren't in the front line. In this case, the Bellion. And the Bellion's S1, when you soul burn it, always hits twice. So the 2000 fixed damage procs twice, and the 3F also procs twice. So we just do an absurd amount of damage because we're high health, obviously, and we are on the 3F, and the abundance proccing twice is doing like 10,000 damage on everything, I believe, probably. I feel like I repeated myself there. Anyways, for our front line, we're just doing Elvira because it's a grass unit, so it baits the Frieren. Wait, no, it's a water unit, so it baits the grass unit. There we go, there we go. And she also has 3-turn Immortal. So in addition to, our Lady of the Scales essentially being a DPS steroid for our Bellion, she's also giving us the 70% damage sharing, so our other two units don't die here because everything is just going to be hitting into the Elvira, and the AoE splash we take from the Frieren is also going to be mitigated quite substantially. And Elvira is just base speed as slow as possible, with as much ER as I can fit. Her artifact is Bastion, just for some more ER in case they're like Curse Compass Sarunka. Other than that, her build is kind of irrelevant. I can obviously get higher ER, but that has speed subs on it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure 390 ER is plenty. Now for round 1, Benimaru is kind of sick here to the Renak Setsuka because he kind of checks a lot of the boxes we're looking for versus this defense. He has built-in hit chance on his S2 when the Renak takes an extra turn. And he's immune to debuffs, so he can't get blinded by the Setsuka. And he does a bazillion damage. Now, I have him very slow here, just in case it is a slow Renak. And I've also got Celine here. This is just my normal RTA Celine, except I'm on Symbol in case I need to maybe burn into something because it's a weird looking setup. But at this speed, she'll be S3ing before my Benimaru takes a turn. Right, which I want this because I need to S3 into the Setsuka, and if the Hua, well, I want to S3 into the Setsuka. And if the Hua goes into my Benimaru, he would die without the Immortal. So hopefully that works out like I think. But if it's a fast Setsuka, I just S3 into the Hua, and I'm not too worried about anything. The reason I want to S3 into the Setsuka though is because Celine obviously 1v1s the Hua, so I'm not really worried about Hua at all. And just getting rid of the Setsuka before my Celine takes extra turns so we don't have to contend with the evasion. sounds like a good plan. Although, I'm pretty sure I could, like, it doesn't really matter that much, because I'm just going to end up doing a bazillion damage to the whole team and everything's going to just die to the splash, surely. Just because, you know, it's 4.5k 340 on torrent sets here. And the little bit of bulk is probably important. Just in case the Hawk counters me. I should take it no problem because Crow still has 25% damage share. Maybe Adamant on the Crow is better. I don't know. If the Renak goes after my Celine and strips my Crow, then one taps him with the damage share. Could be kind of annoying, so Holy Sack is just always the way to go versus Renak with Crow. Yeah, anyways, I think both rounds should be good, so let's just go in here. And the more normal their builds are, okay, well that's kind of annoying. I was gonna say, the more normal their builds are, the easier time I have. I mean, it's kind of expected, but it's still annoying. Now, this is why I have Symbol, though. Don't I just burn into the Hua? Wait, no, isn't the Hua the most irrelevant unit here? Man, I should have made Benimaru literally base speed, I guess. I didn't think it would actually be this slow. I don't think it makes me lose, is the thing. Because, like, don't I just... I'll wait a turn. Actually, well, if I'm soul burning here, the only thing I can soul burn into is the Hua. Because if I proc the Hua and it goes into Benimaru, I just instantly lose. Oh, bro, on the Benimaru, I'm just gonna S3 here, and it should be okay. I think it's S3, S1 with Benimaru. Or I could just go for the kill on the Setsuka. That is also a real play. S3, S1 Hua. I think it's okay. Is it valid to just S1 though? The problem with that is if I do miss, it's quite annoying. The thing is, I am like literally double their speed. So my Celine is going to be taking 2 turns before the Setsuka. Even in the worst case scenario. So let's just do this. Countered immediately, sure. That's okay. It's more annoying if I get countered here on the Benimaru. But Celine would revive him, so it's okay. Yeah, I think we're fine. I'm gonna burn this time because I want the immortal. I want to be able to S3 here. I think I'm completely fine now. Miss, obviously. Still killed though. $19K Renak. $27K here. I'm gonna soldier an SD with the Crow here because I want to knock out of stealth. She's so slow that doesn't really there's no risk of her, you know, re-stealthing and nothing. Oh, I'll sling to the Guile though. Wait, I wouldn't have lost her to the Guile if I I'll even use Sling again, Copium. I wouldn't have lost her to the Beguile if I didn't S3, so maybe it was a bad play. It's not like slow Renox really going to do much of anything. Well, to me, and it didn't even kill, man. Okay, my god. Bye, Celine. Now, Abyssal Crown Frieren's kind of scary, but yeah, no, we're good. The Renlock was absurdly tanky. I think it was just Arceti bait though. Maybe I should have put ER on my Bellion. I can technically get countered here and it's pretty annoying. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, I instantly proc the Immortal there. Okay, I don't know how worried I am about taking... If I get countered and Death Broken, it's kind of annoying here. I'm sure it's fine. Nice crystal. That was pretty good damage still, honestly. But yeah, I mean, Elvira's just gonna be here. She's got my back. I should have probably put immunity on Bellion at the very least, but I kind of assumed I was gonna get outsped by the Frieren, so I didn't really worry about it too much. But yeah, I'm kind of taking 0 damage here. As it turns out, 70% damage sharing is OP. And yeah, now it's just me versus Lady of the Scales. I didn't think I'd lose my Celine to the Beguile. I thought I was a little bit higher health. Ooh, well. Like it really matters. Surely I'm not using Celine again. Yeah, this thing should die pretty quickly. Yeah, see, 10,000 damage S1. Very balanced stuff right there, small gate. Although, she's just gonna make it as annoying as possible for me. Guardian Ice Crystal, yeah, man, I get it. Oh, does this finish? Maybe I should have just S1. Let's even... Oh, this counter. Yeah. Okay, maybe it's ER Bellion then. So... Okay, the thing is... Counter Scales does stop your Bellion from proccing twice. So at bare minimum, I should be on immunity. Maybe a hint of ER? I'm not too sure. It worked out, so I won't overthink it too much. And yeah, let's just move on to something else here. Okay, got something else set up here, and it is a Frieren attack. Now, it's surprisingly hard to find an angle for her. Half because my Celine died and I kind of wanted to pair the Frieren with this thing. But also half because literally every single defense has Setsuka on it. And what Setsuka does to Frieren, who is immune to damage while she has souls, is that when you miss on something, Setsuka counters, she can potentially counter twice, and then she yoinks 8 souls. So trying to play like a drawn out fight versus Frieren versus Setsuka doesn't necessarily work because she is almost certainly going to be yoinking your souls faster than you can generate them. Because in a 1v1, Frieren literally can't lose to anything other than fixed damage. Because her artifact generates 2 souls a turn, and her S1 also generates 2 souls a turn, and her S3 generates 3 souls, right? So everything is giving her more souls than taking one hit is generating. And if you're faster than the opponent you're against, you're just constantly building up souls very, very fast. Now, what we've got here is, it might be closer to a Setsuka showcase, but look, man, I don't know. It kind of showcases Frieren's power as a ignoring damage taken unit, because we're tanking Ras S3. We've got Setsuka Assassin Cartuja here to bait both the Ras and the Arunka. We've got Assassin Cartuja on an ER protection build with high health, and he's going to have 100% evasion with the Setsuka's 30% evasion, so the Ras is never going to hit him, and the Mercedes is never going to hit him, so both of those trigger the Setsuka counters, and that's why it's kind of more of a Setsuka showcase than a Frieren one. But I mean, if the Hall S3 goes into the Frieren, it's fine, and my Setsuka is very high health here, so it's likely I can tank it there too, and we can heal up as well with S1 counters on the Setsuka, so should be good in that regard. Now, I'm a little bit worried about the abundance from the Lady of the Scales, but I mean, the Hall is not that scary, right? And I do have the protection set for the first Ras S3, as long as I don't take 2 turns before the Ras takes his first turn, so I probably don't S3 at the Frieren. Because, okay, there's very little information about this tower, even though it's got it. Like, all I know is, their speeds and its counter Ras, pretty much. But yeah, I also know that he's not very high damage, only 24k health, so surely Frieren just clears this pretty quickly. And yeah, it should be good. I don't think it's 100%, though. Like, it's almost certainly losable, but let's not worry about it too much. Cause like, okay, once the protection set wears out, right, I can only take 4 hits of abundance. Like, it's a little bit concerning. But worst case scenario, Setsuka got me surely. Anyways, for the round 2 here, I have literally 0 info other than don't copy. So I'm not gonna copy. They did like some Senya Zahak comp, and I'm assuming what happened was the Aiden cut their Zahak because it's Storm Sword, and then it went into the Senya and they got lucky, essentially. But it could also have been that they were fast, right? So I kind of have to play around both things. So we've got Strays on speed set here. Normally you'd run like a very slow Strays if you assume it's, slow Harseti, but because, we don't know if it's base speed or not, we're doing fast Strays, so the Hawk can guarantee that he gets pushed up. Celine would also be better in this composition, but we're running triple Torrent Hwayoung Giga damage. If the Aiden dodges and counter see, I die, but that's okay. And then we've got the ARAM on protection set, so we don't die to like if it is a high damage Harseti, we don't die to her S3. If it's like 30k 350 Harseti, I don't think that exists, but if it does exist, it could kill the triple torrent unit without the protection set, so you kind of need that here. But yeah, I mean, both rounds should win on average is what I'm getting at here. So let's not get unlucky. So anyways, I started blasting. Well, wasn't enough to proc the Divine Vessel. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the Hall go into here, but surely everything on my team can tank it. Or will dodge. It went into the Setsuka and it hit. Actually, that's pretty funny. Anyways, the rest is kind of procced here. Oh wait, why did I think I needed... I would take 2k fixed from the Ras S3. Oh well, doesn't really matter. Anyways. 15 damage on the Assassin Cartuja. And yeah, I do get healing here. I don't want to get countered by either of these units, so I'm just gonna keep assaulting the Ras. Bro, is my Setsuko about to get hit and die to the Ras S3? Surely not. She fucking did. Okay, evasion comps are not for me, man. Yeah, I mean, Ras gets procced here. That's okay. And then, in theory... Okay, no, I should probably just do this here. Wait, I don't want to proc the Hua though by death breaking. The Ras. I'll just S1 then. Bro, I literally have 90%, wait no, 70% evasion on the Setsuko now. Like, come on, man. Yeah, I'm just building up my souls, all nice and chill. 80 evasion. Bro. Okay, so what I can do here... You know, I'll just S1. See, look, that's why I went HP neck Destro set, man. Imagine I was like 25k counter. Okay, wait, no, I'm gonna S3 here so that I don't risk getting countered by either of these units, because all three of these units countering kills my Setsuka here. Bro, it was a Setsuka showcase the whole time. No. Frieren helps, man. Honestly, Frieren sped things up. Watch this. It's going into Frieren. It didn't go into Frieren. Ras is back as well. Okay, wait, watch this. I'll show you power. I got countered immediately. Okay, to be fair, I was hitting him all game. Look. Setsuka didn't even need to like, do a whole lot there. And okay. It was base speed Harseti. So I don't even know, man. It was Destro, it looks like. It's gonna be... No? Okay, it wasn't Knowledge Seed. But yeah, if I miss on the Aiden, I lose my Hua, so then the last attack might be more annoying, but I don't think I could lose. Okay. Good job, Strays. Yes. That's why Strays gets to yap at the end. Okay, anyways, good Setsuka showcase there. And on to something else here. Alright, last attack set up here, and well, okay, I'm just running the same round one back, man. It worked out, okay? And it's basically the same defense, except now there's another light unit here. And what's going to probably end up happening is my Assassin Cartuja just soul burns into the Celine with my Frieren's book. So, you know, the Frieren is actually contributing quite a bit this time, if you think about it. Surely. Yeah, but then Celine gets stunned and then I can double hit her with Frieren, so it's pretty good. I reverted my gear and then I found this tower and then, you know, I re-geared again, so the builds might be slightly different, but I mean, we're achieving the same stuff here at the end of the day. In the round one. Still, Giga Health, Setsuka. And yeah, I mean, Frieren's gonna press S3 and then Ras's Immortal's gonna fucked right away, ideally. Although, what can happen is I get 15th, and then the Celine's Immortal, you know, reigns supreme. I mean, we can play around it, you know. I don't think I'm on too much of a timer, surely. Maybe my Assassin Cartuja is not living as long as I think though, because it is 3F on the Ras. Wait, bro, isn't 3F Ras gonna one-tap my Frieren? Surely not. It's gonna do quite a bit of damage though, is the thing. And so is the fixed damage from Celine, because she has abundance. I'm sure it'll work out. And then for round 2, it's Crow Benimaru again versus Renak Setsuka defense, except we've got Ras as our third unit. Surprisingly, this is the first time I've used Ras this guild war. Maybe he's washed or something. But yeah, it's just Crow, Holy Sack, Benimaru, because I know it's a faster Nak here is on speed boots this time around. And Ras is on Ras. Benimaru is just going to be S3ing the Setsuka directly, so I don't think I really care about Ras having symbol or not, so yeah, should be good. Going in. Dude, okay, I think the round one can definitely lose. Like, this is not an ideal setup. Maybe it's fine. I'll try Fergus gets sealed. Oh wait, no, this is actually pretty good for me, because it's on Proof of Friendship. Nice. I'm just gonna S1 here. It should do enough damage to proc. It didn't do enough damage, but it's okay. This will do enough damage. Wait, I just realized my Setsuka is like instantly proccing because of the Frieren on the team. You know, that is all planned, I promise you. I think I go for the stun here. Because when Ras takes his turn, he's gonna die to the Setsuka, and then the Frieren can finish off, I think. Wait, do I go for the stun here? Like, I definitely don't want my Setsuka to proc before the Ras goes, I think. So yeah, I think it's stun here. It is RNL on the Celine. Wait, is this correct? Yeah, I think it is. Because I'm gonna proc here. Right, so I S1 here, kills the Ras. Celine gets healed, the Arias is gone. The extra proc goes into the Celine and finishes her off. I think this is correct. Obviously, I get hit. That's okay. And yeah, they die. Oh! Genius gameplay by me. Any 4K knock. Scary business. Okay, surely my Benimaru wouldn't die to one Setsuka counter if I don't kill with the S3 damage. I mean, yeah, Ras is kind of immune to all things that this Ida does. Outside of the damage part, I guess, but that's okay. He's gonna tank it quite easily, and then the Renak's gonna die to Ras. You know, pressing his buttons like a normal human being. Whoa. Okay, wait, is Setsuka proccing early even good though? sure, let's pretend it is. And forced to finish. I kind of expected Benimaru to die there, because I had like 0 bulk. But... okay, let's see, if the Setsuka countered and procced, I think my Benimaru could have died, so maybe not the safest build to run on him. But I figured Ras would get me, you know, like worst comes to worst, Ras got your back. But like, yeah, I could have still like Ras S2 finished her off, and then Krao Soulburn S3 AoE killed their team, you know, so like, it's kind of hard to lose an attack if you have Ras on your team. Anyways, Frieren Setsuka broken confirmed? Maybe. Okay, Frieren in general is pretty broken. Yeah, that is going to be it for me here today. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.